we got a new acquisition in the mail today. So, as per usual with new acquisitions, we opened it on air. Let's get the mic in here. Let's get the ASMR just right. And of course, for those not watching on twitch.tv/ReaperPC now, if you're seeing this on YouTube, be sure to follow me on Twitch. You get to see these live as well as some gameplay. Also, for those on Twitch, be sure to follow me at ReaperPC-Live, where if you miss any of this stuff, you get to see it again. And also, some funny moments are highlighted there. So we are going to open this. This is for the Sega collection. And let's see if I can open this without a blade. That'd be interesting, right? Oh, this is very taped. By very, I mean, wow. I appreciate that. I think. Alright, I got an edge up here. So let's see if I could just peel this section back. And if I can, we don't take a blade to the package. I'm always a little bit nervous when they ship these games, which are in these jewel cases, in these bags. I'm going to be honest. Because these packs, if they pile anything else on top of it, these older jewel cases weren't exactly the most durable thing on the planet. The glove's getting stuck in there. Okay, wait a minute. There be a jewel case. There's a crack in it. There we have it, folks. SonicCD. For the SegaCD, if you didn't guess. And there's nothing else in the bag. That goes over there. So you can see this one is damaged. And I did know it had some damage when I got it. What I didn't notice was that this corner was missing a chunk of plastic. That I did not know. Unless there's a chunk of plastic in this. Well, let's check. No plastic in here. So that was pre-shipping. So yeah, that corner is missing. Now, as I've told y'all before, I don't care so much about these being damaged because I have spare jewel cases. Oh, it has the foam on the inside. The manual looks like it's seen some better days. All right. The foam's even a little degraded on one edge. Let's check the condition of the disc now. This disc even needs a cleaning. Not sure if y'all can see that right there. Those specks. So this will need to get cleaned up. I will need to put it in a new jewel case. But on the plus side, the manual has no tears. The CD has no obvious scratches. Just looks like it needs to be cleaned. The cover art on the back also isn't damaged. So really, it just needs a new shell. And this is like new condition immediately. Let me see if I can get the manual out of here. All right. Wow. So see, the manual itself, decent shape, right? A little bit bendy on the back. The registration card is gone, unfortunately, so they did register this. That would take some value off of it, to be honest. But it's not the worst thing to have happened. If it didn't need to be cleaned, I would fire this up immediately. But I don't want to put this dirty disc in the SegaCD. Like that's a clean environment already. So what's going to happen there is, and I have a drawer full. This is going to get merged once I get one out with one of these. All right. And then it'll be pristine again. Only thing I like to keep is the inner black section here. A lot of these say compact disc audio in it, right? That certification stamp. And a lot of these reproduction cases just have a blank. Actually, you can even see it on this one. Yeah, it's a blank spot where that should say that. So that's going to get popped out, swapped with the insert from this one, plus a disc, the manual, the back cover art, and then it's like new again. But yeah, SonicCD is part of the collection. Now it's up to y'all. Should I clean it live? Should I clean this live and swap the case live, or end the unboxing and go straight into RoboCop? For those of you watching this unboxing later, yes, this is part of a live stream where I am playing RoboCop Rogue City. Again, you can find that on twitch.tv/ReaperPC. Clean it live. All right, so let me make that happen. I'm going to put you all on pause for a moment. I'm going to go grab that. And I'm going to grab the cleaner because I don't have the cleaner here. So I'm going to grab the cleaner and swap the case out. We're going to see this live. All right, and we're back. Let's get a disc out of disc. Let's get a wipe out of this bag. All right, first thing we're going to clean is the disc. Let me be gentle with it. Let's not break anything now, shall we? Thanks for all the Bleach fans out there. I All right, so there's some dots right there. So you old school thing for anybody not familiar with cleaning is you go from the center and wipe in a straight line outward. Why do you do this? Because if you accidentally scratch the disc, it's a straight line in this direction. Remember, the discs get read this way. So if it's a circular scratch, it's worse off than if it's a scratch going perpendicular to the direction that it reads in. Yep. So lots of little micro scratches on this disc. Nothing terrible. Nothing terrible at all. And that's much better now. That's significantly better. All right. Now the surface, this side, doesn't really matter. No, this is a electronics cleaner. So basically diluted alcohol wipe is what this is. Now, any side that is not now, data specific, you can go to town, whichever way you want to clean it, right? No with the diluted alcohol wipe, CA. Glass cleaner or water. CA, most glass cleaner is what? Especially glasses. If you're talking about glasses, like your eyewear, what do you think that is? I actually have a glasses cleaning solution right here. Glass lens cleaner. Alcohol. It's diluted alcohol. That's also for anybody doing this on a budget, right? Most of these cleaners are really just super diluted alcohol. So if you have alcohol, and I'm not talking about drinking alcohol, you have one that's not alcohol. Yeah, no, these are. So you want it super diluted. You don't want dishwashing soap. I am against dishwashing soap for one reason. All right, a lot of dish soap cleaners have, not all, but a lot of them have some form of a degreaser in it. You really don't want that on a lot of this stuff. But a super diluted alcohol, one, evaporates quickly because it's still alcohol. Two, it's once it's diluted, it's not so harsh that you have to worry about it boring through anything. Also used for cleaning sensitive paints. Anybody out there with a matte paint finish knows what I'm talking about. Good for cleaning the inside of printers, inside of scanners. Anybody working on fiber optics, all those sprays and stuff, if you look at it's diluted alcohol. So, but again, don't get it confused. Don't go, oh, I don't have alcohol, but I got some Hennessy. No, stop. No beer, no Hennessy, no Ray and Nephew. No. Isopropyl alcohol, diluted, a very clean cloth. So either a cloth that comes pre in the solution, like what I'm using here, or like CA was suggesting, a microfiber cloth or glasses cleaning cloth, right? And you want one that's clean, no contaminants on it already, and don't use excessive force. All right, so clean. Now you still see it has a bunch of micro scratches, right? Like those are still there. I do have a resurfacing product. You know, it'll slightly scrape it. That's a factual statement. It'll slightly scrape this, and then I would just buff it back to a polish. I'm going to avoid doing that unless this game skips. If it skips, I'll do it. If not, it's not that big a deal. One second. Let's drop this in the SegaCD while I work on the case. Can I copy the disc? I probably could. One second. All right, let's turn on the retro tink. I don't see a power light. There we go. Then getting it scratched some more? Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm not likely to scratch it anymore, but I see what you're saying. Play the copy instead of playing. Yeah. I remember when people were worried about the DMCA Act and stuff in the US about not being able to copy their movies because, you know, their kids might destroy it and whatnot. And that was a legitimate thing because, oh, wow, that came off brown wiping the case. This is a good thing I'm not keeping the case. Because some people really do have destructive kids, right? And it's a legit concern for them to have copies. Like, they let the kid play on the copy and the original goes someplace else. That, unfortunately, is, you know, illegal by the letter of the law now for Blu-rays. Heck, even really for DVDs. Anything with a form of encryption on it, it's technically illegal for you to bypass it in the United States because of the DMCA. All right, let's get the manual out of here. I'm not even sure what the protection on the SegaCD is, if there is any. I never paid attention to that. Like the extended... Ooh. All right, let's turn on capture utility. None what? For those watching on YouTube later on, yes, I'm interacting with the chat here. I don't have the chat on the screen because, you know, knowing my luck, it'd be the one time a troll hops on. So I'll summarize what the audience is saying, or in some cases, if it's very detailed, I'll say it full out. A Sega CD has no protection? That explains a lot. I think the Dreamcast didn't either. Did the Saturn? I don't even know if the Saturn did. So technically by the DMCA, hey, you're not violating anything. And I do have a burner. All right, let me clean this insert because I'm keeping this like I told you all. So this is the insert, and you can see right here, if I can get it at an angle and the camera doesn't... See, it says compact disc, digital audio right there. That's the part that's not on the reproduction cases. Not sure if it's a trademark issue or what's going on there, why they don't have that. I could probably look that up, but I just know that a lot of reproduction cases don't have that. And yes, I'm wasting another one of these. I'm wasting another one of these cloths to clean this because the mostly alcohol solution just evaporates so quickly, so it makes my life easy. I don't have to wait for this to be clean again. I mean, to be dry again to transport it to the next case. What are you saying? The protection started with the PS3? If you're talking about copy protection, CA, on disc media on consoles, no, the PS1 even had a form of it. It was physical, but it had one. So if you wanted to play a burnt game from that era, you would need a modded... You'd either need the mod attachment for your PlayStation if you had one, the mod attachment, the parallel port in the back, or you'd have a mod chip installed, or it wouldn't read the disc. So it would do a check at the beginning. That's when you would get that PlayStation logo. So if you had the mod attachment on the back, it would let the system run and pause. So it would spin up an authenticated disc. So you need at least one. PlayStation logo would pop up. It would pause. You had a spring holding the case open. You see that it paused. On the screen, it'd prompt you. You'd pop out the official disc, pop in your burnt one, and then it would resume reading. So it was an initial check right at the beginning. Don't ask how I know that. PS2, I'm not sure what they did for the PS2, but I do know there was a mod scene for the PS2. I don't know what they did, but I do very much remember the PS1 for reasons. Wow, this original case is just missing this whole chunk right here. Oof, that's bad. Now, the PlayStation 3 was Blu-ray based, and it was online, so they probably had more forms of doing check-ins and stuff there. And copying Blu-rays, especially when that was new, probably wasn't the most fun process on the planet. You were doing what? Yeah, you were doing that. See, hey, I was just saying I'm familiar with the process. You can admit to whatever you're going to admit to. I'm not going to read that sentence because this ends up on YouTube. All right. So look at the dirt that came off this case. It looked like a clear case when I was holding it up, right? But I don't know if this was in a smoking household or what. That's another thing. If you get things from smokers, there's usually a residue on everything. Worse yet, if it's a console that had active cooling with a fan, cleaning that's a pain in the butt. Yeah, so this case is the garbage. There's no saving that. Now for the new one. More opening ASMR. There was a hack disc. Really? See, I'm not familiar with that one. All right. Is there a crack on this already? Wait, is that a crack or is that residue from... That looks like residue. All right. Yeah, there's like a paste residue right here. But either way, it's a complete case. So let's swap that out right now. All right. Let's see. Doesn't that look so much better? Better already. No cracks, no nothing. Now, the better insert. So I can actually compare this side by side here. And you'll see compact disc logo, no compact disc logo. And even the texture is like this one has no textured finish. This one does. So it's not exactly the same thing with these reproductions. See, did you ever have a SegaCD? See, I'm saying this, but I don't know your age, so that might be an insulting question. You might not have been old enough to have a SegaCD. This is not an exact fit in this case. Yeah, see, now we want to hear all the snapping sounds. Last corner. There we go. Let me not ruin the back art. You always went to your best. Oh, your best friend had it. Oh, so you are old enough to be around that era when this was new, though. Okay. Okay. Remember that era of going over to your friends' houses to play video games? Now everybody just meets up online. Nobody leaves their houses for that anymore. And your cousin? You're way old enough? Oh, okay, so yeah. Just double checking. Headset in here. All right. Now the manual. Look how much better that looks now, huh? In his first CD adventure, Sonic goes head to head with Metal Sonic, Dr. Robotnik's evil hedgehog creation. Sonic discovers Robotnik wants all of the time stones from the little planet, sorry, so he can bend time and rule the world. Can you help Sonic get them first? Time traveling through the past, present, and future, Sonic explores over 50 levels adventure, plus amazing bonus levels. Razor sharp graphics, relative, a completely cool stereo soundtrack recorded with amazing Q sound technology, and an opening mini cartoon makes Sonic's latest clash with Dr. Robotnik his most awesome yet. For use with NTSC systems. So, yeah. That's SegaCD. We're going to fire it up for a moment, make sure the disc works, it doesn't skip, and then back to RoboCop. And yes, Nakia, the white gloves are out. It's an unboxing. So I need to switch scenes. I need to switch inputs on the RetroTink. So I need to set it to RCA. Yeah. And I left the remote on the other side of the room. 1 second. All right. Menu. Not getting a menu. I'm actually not getting anything out of the RetroTink. Let's turn it off. So it had signal. Let's turn it back on. Y'all can't see this yet. Okay. It's changing video modes. All right, that's fine. Input. Input. Just keeps blinking. That's not a good sign. It's either my RetroTink's rebooting. You're old enough to have Windows boot floppy 1 through 5? Same. I mean, I was young. I was a kid, but yes. You remember when you could exit Windows into DOS mode and go back into it again? Like the Windows UI was essentially an application that you started from DOS or shut down back into DOS. Queen Mouse, stop it. See, now we know you lying. Okay, something's not right here. I unplugged the RetroTink for y'all wondering what I'm doing, because that was odd behavior. For those that don't know what a RetroTink is, it's an upscaler that can apply filters to make these old consoles look decent or exactly the same as they would on an older display, but on a new display. Sports Guy Q, how you doing? All right. RetroTink is on. I still have no output. Y'all can't see that yet. How's everything going on with you, Sports Guy? Come on, RetroTink. Okay. I have a black screen. Nothing telling me no output yet, which it's supposed to do. Really, Lucky Gadget Girl? Is everything in place here? What is going on? We may have to delay this testing. This isn't working like it's supposed to. It might not be the RetroTink. It might be this. Might be the capture card. Let's start that over again, shall we? All right, restarting the capture card. Ah, yeah, I was there rebooting the absolute mess out of that, and it was a 4K capture utility for Elgato's capture card the entire time. I don't think I've said this on an unboxing yet, but let me bless the unboxing with this. Fuck Elgato. All right. Let's change the input. All right. I'm going to change the scene so you folks can see what I'm doing as well. Where are you? Console view. This is what I was fighting with. So it's going to be front composite. Yeah, I think that's how I have the SegaCD hooked up. No signal yet. Let's turn it on. Let's see what we get. Oh, I don't think I need the menu. Okay, so they really took advantage of the CD sound here, did they? I'm pretty sure Sega of America put different music than Sega Japan here at the beginning. Let's change the... Do they have a Sega CD profile? Oh, they're doing a intro. So it's probably the Sega Genesis. That's one thing I don't like. They changed the output. Input selection. Composite. Very old school. Oh, that looks like skipping. Yep, we got some skipping. I may have to clean that. Well, not clean. I may have to resurface that disc. That disc might get resurfaced. I was trying to avoid that. And that gets rid of the jaggies right there. Okay. Can we skip the... That's not a good sign at all. And I can't skip right now either. Oh, did it proceed forward? I'm trying to skip it. Oh, wow. Oh, they had 3D elements in this. Where the hell did I just end up? Did I just accidentally enter a bonus stage? Oh! Oh, gotta be careful. Oh, this is future past. That's right. There's supposed to be a time mechanic to this. You could jump between the two. And depending on what you do in one timeline, it has an effect on the other. Oh, you asshole. Okay, so for the most part, it works. I'm not really gonna play this game much here. I might do a light resurfacing on that disc, because it looks like it is damaged to the point where it will skip. Ah, all right. Either way, that's it. I'm going to turn that off now. Grab the disc, put it all back together. And there we have it, folks. That was SonicCD for the SegaCD. See, there is one slightly circular scratch on here, and I bet that was what was causing that. But that's a problem for another day. It does function. The case has been swapped. This backing is not sitting in here exactly as I want it to yet. Not getting that distinct snap noise it's supposed to make as it sits in here. See, there we go. It's actually catching right there. Ah, there we go. Perfect. All right, everyone. SonicCD for the SegaCD. Unboxed, cleaned up, and added to the retro collection.